The MXGP ramp qualifying race, 20 minutes plus 2 laps, 5-second board about to turn, and when that does, well, all the usual will break loose. The revs are up, heads are down, there'll be some elbows thrown as they charge down into turn 1. Prado coming across his teammate there immediately just to open up the first turn for him! Febvre down! Oh, big carnage! Febvre right at the bottom of it. We'll need a closer look at that, but he went down. There was a few other riders in there as well, not sure who, but all will be revealed shortly. But it's Siwa who leads the way, Prado second, Valandrin there in third place around the outside, Hurlings in fourth position. Wow. And then charging down the inside, is that Renault? Maybe. Let's have a look as they emerge. Well, Koldenhoff is up, Renault is up, Bogus is in there. But we're missing about a half a dozen riders or so through that first turn as Hurlings takes over. Second place from Prado. Van Donnick, one of the riders, went down, I'm sure, as well. Febvre, Tomcock, Hardy, Roussillon, possibly. But it was a horrendous first turn incident. Romain Febvre right underneath everybody in the first turn. Took the full weight of his bike as well, and then would have just been absolutely pummeled as well by other riders. Yeah, we've got waved medicals here, the other side of the finish line jump, and being told to hold a very, very tight line because of a rider that is still down. I can only assume that it's still Romain Febvre. But back to the action here. And of course, Jeremy C leads the way. Hurlings there second, Prado third. Capitalises on Hurlings, not able to get over that double. Side by side, bar to bar for these two. Prado looks to go around the outside. Hurlings gets caught behind Siwa. There will also be flags. Oh, we're okay on this side because obviously the barrier there, but Hurlings leads then. Patrell in fourth position. The number 6 on the Debarch Yamaha MX team. Of course, they are a car dealer and a Yamaha dealer in Birmingham, just in the Hasselt area of Belgium. Ruben Fernandez is in 5th place. That's what all the noise is for the Team HRC rider. Homeboy this weekend. Ferrato 6 for SM Action Racing Yuasa Battery KTM. Then Renault 7. His Monster Energy Yamaha teammate Koldenhoff is 8. Bogus on the standing construct. Honda is 9, and then Lupino on the MRT Beta is in 10th place, ahead of Guadagnini. The 701 from Spain. Jurgshow, Prol, Ormino. And then Evans, Valandrin, Watson, Dickinson, Brumman, Spies, Ivanov and Gio. And it looks like, yeah, we've got red flags here. Red flag situation then as the riders re-emerge. So obviously quite a serious first turn incident then involving Romain Febvre, who we saw got hit from the side and then high-sided and then upside down on his bike. Could only be the correct outcome there, because obviously they were obviously having to take care of him down there in that first turn, and because of where he is, still exposed on that first turn as the riders come through, not just him but also the medics and everybody else involved. So it will be a full restart normally then, because we've only had the one full lap. But obviously our thoughts with Romain Febvre. Febvre third in the championship chase before we arrived here, 15 behind Jeffrey Hurlings, but taking a big hit in that first turn. And news of Febvre as and when we have it. So everybody single file back down to the waiting zone. But not sure if he nudged him then from behind, possibly. Obviously so much going on in that first turn, because riders at the inside. Prado then gave him some space, some space just to open up his corner, and it all happened behind him. But Romain Febvre down in the first corner, and that is a blow to the Kawasaki Racing Team MXGP squad. Of course, they've just got Mitch Evans back, who didn't start in Argentina because of an ongoing thumb problem that he picked up just before Argentina. He came back last weekend in Portugal. But Romain Febvre going out at the first turn here in Spain. There is Jeffrey Hurlings. A little bit of liquid refreshment for the bullet. Right, we are going to see a replay. See Romain Febvre about 6 or 7 gates over. He gets a good jump. And as he starts to come across, just gets squeezed there. And then he goes down, look, upside down. Oh, him and Brent Van Donnick, look, tag elbows. He goes down over on his shoulder, on his collarbone. Van Donnick down as well, so too Tom Cock. But I would imagine that in general, things okay, but obviously, otherwise I'm not sure we would have shown it if it was a lot more serious than that. But fingers crossed for Romain Febvre. And of course, yeah, this weekend, we don't know what the situation will hold for him, whether he can line up or not after that. Depends on the nature of their injury, but also 2 weeks' time, his home Grand Prix in France, where he took his first ever Grand Prix victory at Villars-sous-Écot. Mattia Guadagnini, a little bit animated down there, but we'll be another couple of minutes or so, 2 or 3 minutes before we resume here. So everybody, time just to make 1 or 2 changes as well. Those who managed to get through that first lap, 1 or 2 riders as a result of that first turn crash from this Ram qualifying race here in Spain, but everybody else lined up inside gates then. Jeffrey Hurlings over on the far right-hand side, Sierra alongside him, then Prado, and then Guadagnini, and the rest. This time, it's Prado who leads away. Prado with the clean start then through the first turn. Sierra there in second, Hurlings around the outside as he looks to go from third to second with a pass on the Swiss rider. Will he make it happen in the next turn? Well, that's his aim. He gets in there hard and fast, and he does emerge in second position. Fans on their feet in the grandstands. But it's Prado who leads, Hurlings alongside him. Then Sierra, and then Fernandez, both the Spanish favourites inside the first 4 places. Then we've got Maximino, and then Guadagnini. Koldenoff behind them, then Patrel, Ferrato, Guillot, Verlandren, Bogas, Evans. Evans in 13th place. Loose rocks now starting to surface on the top of the racetrack where these circuit conditions drying out. But plunging back into the valley in front of the main grandstand for the first time, Jorge Prado. Out of the final turn. Oh, back end being lit up there by Hurlings as Fernandez goes to third. Finds his way past Sierra. Must have been in the final turn or the run up towards the final turn. Got his eyes fixed on. Oh, he goes down over the bars, throws the front end down. A let off there for Hurlings. So Ruben Fernandez going out of that third position. Watch this here. Just gets the wrong side of the rut, buries the front into the dirt. They can't believe it down there either. He'll pick himself up, but he's going to be in 15th place at the moment. Any damage to the handlebars or front brake lever, though, anything like that, might prove costly. Of course, the ground very hard here. Coming into this Ram qualifying race, Prado, 17 points clear of Hurling. Stays like this, it goes 18 points clear. Sierra goes through. Be another point in the favour of Prado. Remember, 10 points for the quali win, 1 for 10. single digits all the way down. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The first 10 places, they are World Championship points. The two races tomorrow, they just determine the outcome of the Grand Prix, but this race also includes the championship as well. So not to confuse the tradition of two race results, if you like. Tony Cairoli and Andrea Adamo looking on. Hard, slick, loose. Nadgery, grip in places, slick in others. Loose rocks, deep ruts. Relax. Maybe thinking about your gears as well. Maybe change gear a little bit more. Possibly that message. Doubling into those liquid molly waves. And that little ramp step down, if you like. Oh. Holding a tight turn through there, but Prado 2.5 seconds clear at the moment. 1:52.697. Hurling's here in second, Seawer in third, Renault about another 1.5 seconds or thereabouts further back. Then Guadagnini about the same distance between him and Renault. Then we've got Koldenhoff and Ferrato. They're in that bottom turn now. Ferrato in blue, 3:03. Good to follow him around. Here's Mattia Guadagnini, who was 4th in time practice. Looking a little bit more like his old MX2 self as he gets to grip with that 450 gas. But 15 minutes plus 2 to go in this Ram qualifying race here in Spain. Purple sectors all over the timing screen. Seawer sector 1, Renault sector 2, Guadagnini sector 3. But as they hit the line at the end of that second lap, gap between first and second now almost 3 seconds between Prado and Hurlins. 2 Yamahas there, Seawer, Renault. Still separated by about 1.5 seconds or thereabouts. Guadagnini lurking in the background. Can't afford to relax because he'll have Koldenhoff breathing down his neck. Oh, and Seawer makes a mistake. Back end came around on him. Managed just to keep it upright on 2 wheels, but very easy to go in tight, have the front end in the rut, the back end just on the top of it. And even if you just try and roll the throttle on, that thing is just going to break traction. That's what it looked like happened there with Seawer. Putting himself under pressure then, with his teammate behind him. There is Renault. Renault in 4th place. 91, his teammate Jeremy Seawer there in 3rd. Fernandez up to 13th position now. He went down as he got into 3rd place, just after pit lane. Just folded the front when he was eyeing up a pass possibly on Hurlings, maybe not in that particular corner, but a couple turns from there, definitely fired up in front of the home crowd. Start of the race having in the first 4 riders, 2 Spaniards, Prado in 1st and Fernandez in 4th place. Here is your race leader from Red Bull Gas, looking in cruise mode at the moment. 4 seconds clear with another fastest lap of the race, 1:52.46. 53.5 for Hurlings, 54.8 for Seawer. He's already 7 seconds adrift of Prado. But if you are just joining us on MXGP TV, the original race, this is a restart. The first one was halted after a lap where Romain Febvre, Brent Van Donnick, a handful of other people went down in a violent first turn crash. Febvre has been stretch it off. Still waiting news on his condition. Ruben Fernandez now up in the 12th. He's found his way past Andro Lupino as he looks to get back into the qualifying points. Won the qualifying race a week ago in Portugal, round 5. Has scored in every qualifying race so far this year. His worst was a 9th in Switzerland, round 3. So Ruben Fernandez, who is currently 2 seconds behind Bogus. Ahead of him in 11th, Guillaume is another 2 or 3 seconds further up the track in 10th, so he's got some work to do. But Jorge Prado just looking absolutely fantastic at the moment. Had something of a home Grand Prix a week ago when we were in Portugal because of where he's from, northwestern Spain, in Portugal. This time, though, we're just south of the capital in Madrid. And there'll be a lot of support for him here this weekend as well. Here is Ruben Fernandez. So Ruben Fernandez, Team HRC. He's got Bogus just ahead of him then, so he's working hard, but this is a race that you don't need. You put yourself under pressure. Here's what happened to him earlier, look. He was in 4th place at this point, goes around the outside, moves up into 3rd. This is on the run up towards the finish line. And then this was him on the outside, just folded the front, went down. That was an ugly crash as well, out on his head. Went down to 17th position. He's now got Brian Bogus ahead of him on the standing construct Honda. So the full factory Team HRC rider, number 70, having a dig deep in conditions that are mid to sort of high 20s. A track that's physically demanding, but a bit of a bobble there as well. But you don't need this kind of exertion ahead of the main races on Sunday, especially when these races carry World Championship points. He arrived here 20 points behind Maxime Renault. Renault sitting there in 4th place at the moment. So he'll be on 7 points, Maxime Renault. He'll gain 7 points on Ruben Fernandez. Meanwhile, Alberto Ferrato, 3:03, and the 2:59 in green of Glenn Coldenhoff. So Guadagnini, Ferrato, Coldenhoff, 5, 6, and 7. These two, I think, have had issues in the past. So be interested to keep an eye on this battle, the 101 and the 3:03. Might just be something to do with issue on the track previous. Oh, there we go. Problem there, Renault looking over his shoulder, and look, Renault has a problem. Renault looks down. Not sure what the issue was there, but Renault is out of 4th place. Did he pull up? Did he catch a knee or an ankle in a previous corner? Because he is pulled off the track immediately. Well, here's Coldenhoff all over the back of Ferrato. All these people now, then all these riders around him will get promoted. So Seawer 3rd, Guadagnini 4, Ferrato 5, Coldenhoff 6. Renault just dropping down the leaderboard. So not sure if it's an issue with the bike or an issue with the rider. But just came to get out of that left-hand turn and just, well, in the right-hander who was already high and wide. Benoit Paturel there in 7th place. Number 6 here, just behind. Look, there he is in the red. Haven't seen too much of him this year, Benoit Paturel. Scored in just the 1 qualifying race. Right, here's Maxime Renault. This was about half a lap ago. Oh, we'll get to that. We'll bring that in a moment. I want to see before that. It's looking down. just past pit lane is when he pulled up, but yeah, Maxime Renault pulling off the track. No. I would say, well, I'm not going to say anything because the way he's looking across and just making that gesticulation, possibly picked up a tweak of something in that in the right-left, maybe by pit lane or something like that, because he hasn't gone to pit lane to solve the problem. He's kind of cut back across and gone straight back to the pit. So not sure then the issue with Maxime Renault. So Romain Febvre, Maxime Renault out. Just looking at the leaderboard, Watson in 21st place on the Beta, MRT Beta. So another rider not enjoying his time here in Spain at the moment. Meanwhile, Ashton Dickinson, who is in 16th place, he rode his first MXGP a week ago. He's up to 16th place. He's got Max Spies, Kevin Brumman, Michael Ivanov, and the 141 of Tristan Herden, the Gabriel SS24 KTM, 24 KTM. So good to see Dickinson there in 16th place. Of course, no points on the board for him outside of the top 10. Watson is dropping down the leaderboard as well. So Ben Watson out of the race, possibly. Not sure if it's off the track or out of, he's gone back to pit lane. But being told that Watson no longer circulating in 21st place. Meanwhile, the gap between Prado and Hurlings hovering around 5 seconds. It's about the length of pit lane, 4.8. And then Siwa, another 5 seconds behind Hurlings. Guadagnini about 3.5 further back in fourth. Ferrato deciding not to pursue Guadagnini now for that 4th place. Looks like he's content in 5th place, about 3 seconds further back. Then we've got Paturel, Valana and Guillaume. Fernandez is in the points now in 10th place. He's still got 3 seconds to make up to Valentin Guillaume, though. Not sure he's going to be making up that time in a hurry. 54.8, 55.1 for the two riders, respectively, Guillaume and Fernandez. Paturel and Guillaume. So Valentin Guillaume. And then Fernandez closing in the background. But Calvin Vlaanderen on the Gebben van Venrooy Yamaha here, number 10. He's got the ship to cycle Honda SR Moto Blues rider Valentin Guillaume behind him. And then Ruben Fernandez, all of a sudden, he is eating into this event. Currently in that 1-point position at the moment in 10th. It'll be 9 and 8 if he can find his way past Guillaume and Vlaanderen. Those ruts along that straight we can't see because we don't have a camera directly above them and along there. Same here, but you don't see how deep they are, how long they are, and what's in them. Balance, skill. Here's how we got into 10th place with this pass on Brian Bogus. Up into the final turn. Wow, tell you what, firm but fair. Good job. He pulled out of that one, Bogus. Same corner here. And he's got Guillaume right there in front of him now. He was committed there, wasn't he? Ruben Fernandez just absolutely chucked it at him. Cuts back to the inside here, doesn't, once bitten, twice shy, doesn't want to go to the inside line there. He's alongside, but Guillaume will jump in. Gets the distance, but Ruben, good drive at the rear wheel, alongside Guillaume. Simultaneous scrubbing, and Fernandez goes through into 9th place. Fastest first sector of the track as well, which is basically from the finish line to the end of the waves, just before the step down, the ramp step down. Right, got Vlaanderen right there ahead of him now. 2 minutes to go. Just looking at his gap, he's about 28, 29 seconds behind Prado at the moment, the race leader. So Prado will be in the opposite side of the valley, getting ready to take the finish line jump any moment now. So it's going to be still enough time here. 3 laps to go. Yeah, Prado over the line now, him and Hurlings. 2.5 seconds a gap between first and second. Another late charge from the Hurlings. Is he going to deny Prado a qualifying race win here at home soil? And what about Fernandez? Well, he's obviously liking that part of the racetrack, and they love it up there as well. He's got that passing opportunity down, hasn't he? Fernandez now 8th. Benoit Pacharel, the next target. 3 seconds, no, the gap between Prado and Hurlings. The Spaniard has responded. Here he is, Red Bull Gas. Getting intuitive with the, get creative with the line there. That right-hander, the left-hander. Gap back down to 2.6. Hurling still on the charge. There is the gap between first and second. The next split will be just now 23.3, 22.8. The gap 2.1 seconds. Hurlings believes he can win this one, I think. Prado hasn't been challenged this whole race. But all of a sudden, game on again between the 61 and the number 84. How much has Prado got in the tank to keep the 84 behind him? 2-lap board going out now. Look how hard Hurlings is charging here. 54.2, 53.1. The gap down to 1.4 seconds. And we've got back markers ahead doing their bit, staying out of the way. Good job, guys. 7.01 of Prol Ormino, the Spanish rider who got a good start. He was 10th in the original start when it was stopped. Got his hands full here, though, hasn't he? Hurlings. Because Prado looking good, as always. Good start. Stays out of trouble. Won the first 3 qualifying races on the bounce. Linia and Switzerland. Hurlings yet to win one, though. Listen to the circuit announcer trying to gee up the fans around this racetrack. As Prado gets caught here, it's down to less than 2 seconds between Prado and Hurlings. A lap and a half to go in the Ram qualifying race here in the MXGP category. 1.1 the gap now. We'll get the next split into this bottom right-hander, bottom left-hander here behind us. And it will come down to 1.3 seconds. All of a sudden, Prado just having to up the tempo. Was probably quite looking forward to a nice cruisy run in towards the checkered flag here. But Hurling's definitely not going to give him that advantage, not when they're first and second in the championship. As we were, a lap ago, 1 to go, and the gap now, 1.2 seconds. Right, let's have a look at the sector times. It was a 29.03, 29.5, Prado Hurlings, 29.1, 28.3, Hurlings with his fastest of the race, 22.7, 22.9, so give or take the first 3, and then 32.2. So sectors 2 and 4 Hurlings, 1 and 3 Prado. Sector 1 coming to an end at the base of this next jump now, and it's going to be a 28.252, fastest of the race so far, and a 28.6, just 4 tenths off for Hurlings' fastest. The gap still hovering at 1.6 seconds though. Fastest lap of the race, Ruben Fernandez that time around as he moves up to 7th ahead of Benoit Pacharel. Whoa, a bit of a moment there. Hurlings didn't get the lift. Hasn't stopped his forward momentum, though. Well, this is qualifying stuff, isn't it? Like time practice, sprint moto kind of intensity between these two. Hurling's not going to let this one go, and Prado having to throw everything in return to just stay ahead and not disappoint the home fans. 2 corners to go. Prado drops into the valley for the final time. Fans are still on their feet, supporting their hero. Hurlings tries to nip down the inside. He's just going to run out of real estate. Final turn, fans erupt. Big win this for Jorge Prado. He wins the ramp qualifying race here in Spain. Takes another 10 points. Hurlings takes 9 points. The gap now goes from 17 to 18 at the top of the championship table. Milk it, son. Siwa crosses the line 3rd. Guadagnini 4th. Ferrato 5th. 6th for Koldenhoff. We wait for Fernandez to come through. 56.1 for him on the final lap. But 4 points for him towards his championship campaign. We wait for Brian Bogus. Just going to miss out on the point here. He crosses the line in 11th place. So we're just waiting for Jorge Prado to drag himself away from the home fans here as he seeks to grab a word with Lisa Leyland. And we are destined to go down there right now. Here is Jorge Prado, a 4-time RAM qualifying
Jorge Prado, 4th RAM qualifying race win for you. You did it on home soil, but you had to dig deep at the end there with Jeffrey on your back wheel. That was a big win for you.
Yeah, we got to restart, hopefully ride the wind down. It's okay, I think it was February, right? So wishing to get well to him, and hopefully we can see him back in the gate. For the rest, proper start in the second one, made a gap, and then you know, track was getting so rough, the ruts get so deep, and you know, Jeffrey was charging, and I made a small sprint in the back, well, in the last laps, and managed to get a win, so super happy. This morning I feel very well, but we got a quality win, and super happy. Thanks to all the fans that came over. It's full crowd here, full house, so thanks, guys.
Good luck for the races.
Thank you.
Start of the day didn't feel very well. I just wonder if that was just nerves, butterflies, that pent-up anxiety then. Wanting not to disappoint, knowing that it's going to be a busy weekend here. But Jorge Prado edges Hurlings by just over a second to take his 4th RAM qualifying race win of the season. He'll extend his lead by a point, in that case from 17 to 18, as we head into race 1 on Sunday. But Jorge Prado, Red Bull Gas Factory Racing, wins here at home in Spain in the qualifying race. Be a few sore heads in the morning then on the old Cervezas. But Jorge Prado and Jeffrey Hurlings with their fastest laps on the final lap. Let's take a look at the highlights of the race, shall we? There's a lot to dissect. The first restart, Roman Fevre at number 3. Him and Brent Van Donnick come together around about now. Fevre upside down, hard hit on the shoulder, collarbone area and all the rest of it. Prado led the way briefly, but he was taken over by Siwa. Fernandez was in 4th place. Hurlings on the charge, got himself up into 2nd. Prado there in 3rd place. And then we had the Spaniard going up into 3rd early on as well, around the next lap. Siwa cut to the inside, but wasn't able to, you know, do anything about it. But it was all irrelevant anyway because the red flag came out. This was the restart. Prado, a better start for him this time around. This time it was he who hugged the inside line. Siwa was well placed again in second place in black. Then we had Guadagnini, Fernandez there in fourth place in the red and yellow. Hurling's just ahead of him in third. He then went to second as he slipped up the inside of Siwa. And then top of your screen, Fernandez around the outside of Siwa towards the end of the opening lap to move into third. He then went after Hurlings, and then a few corners later, just missed the rut, too much front brake, over the bars, down to 15th place. He put in a good charge after that, actually. Wow, unceremonious.